So according to astrology, so all planets move into retrograde. And when a planet is retrograde, it's in fact seemingly closer to the Earth. Um, and from our perspective, it seems like the planet is going backwards. So Mars is in his hometown, he's in Aries, in his own home, if you will. And he has entered into what they call the shadow period of a retrograde phase. So all planets have it. Mercury has a shadow period, Venus, Jupiter, all of them have a shadow period, pre and post retrograding. So Mars, this warrior energy, is moving into retrograding phase. So we're going to start to feel this inward slowing. And this inward slowing is actually part of our incubation process. So we're talking about planets retrograding, and Mars is this planet that is entering the shadow period of his retrograde phase. And I think, I'm not 100% sure, I think it's around September that he actually enters into retrograde. So we're going to start to feel this week effects, and then still on his retrograding pathway, Mars is going to lapse over Chiron and Eris, as well as the black moon Lilith as well. So these are points in your own birth chart will be activated. Like for instance, me, I'm having in the next year or two like a Chiron return. Aries, Mars is currently over my transiting over my natal ascendant as well. So this becomes an interesting time for us. Mars also represents that warrior, spiritual warrior within inside of us, but it also is a representation of our well-being, of our physicality. So things that will be coming up, and especially with Chiron. Chiron also presides over Virgo as well, and they have an affinity with each other, Virgo and Aries. And this is a little bit of 5D astrology, so it's a little bit probably not in any books that you may find. So when we look at where we are anyway and entering into this shadow period, what's going to come up for us, especially health-wise. So it's interesting that we're in a period of time upon this planet that health is such an important aspect of our well-being and even our internal wealth as well. So wherever we are, let us find a tall seat. And so today's practice, I'm starting this a little bit earlier today, is we're going to start exploring through August a little bit of Ayurveda. The Ayurvedic practice is really about finding harmony within our natural body, finding its natural state, Prakriti. Most of the time we live in Vikruti, which is out of balance. So when people say, my dosha is Kapha, Pitta, Vata, or I'm a Kapha or I'm a Pitta, they're in fact acknowledging the illness. So I even welcome you to stop saying I am this and I'm that, because that's actually in fact acknowledges the imbalance within inside of you. So today I thought we'll start off gently, but it's not actually gently. We're going to look at Kapha Dosha a little. And Kapha Dosha is about water and earth. It's in fact, when we look at how Ayurvedic philosophy works, the last place, and this is also energetic philosophy, if you will, the last place that we have anything show up in our body is at this earth level, in this physical form. So Kapha Dosha is this place of earth and water where things like to feel wet and feel very heavy. We look at just what the elements are made up of, wet and heavy, things move slowly. And in order to find balance to Kapha Dosha, which is primarily in the morning, early morning time, is we need to get it moving. We need to get its fire moving, because most people that are kapha dominant or kapha imbalance, you'll find that they'll be seated or sitting on the sofa eating potato chips and wondering why they don't feel well, and they'll be in a lot of melancholy too, and or state of melancholy. And in order for them to get off the sofa, you have to light a fire underneath them. So today we're going to light a little fire, small one, but we're aware that we're also in pitta season. So pitta season is about heat and fire. So we're going to first take a moment to still ourselves, since we're in pitta season, and especially pitta mind. Pitta mind is this mind that is so like busy and all these goals and cannot seem to slow down. So what we're going to do is, I want you to bring your tips of your fingers right to the center of your chest here, so your elbows can rest next to your body. And then you're going to close your eyes. You're going to bring your awareness to the point of your third eye, right between the eyebrows and a little up of that eyebrow space. And these tips of the fingers are going to be resting right here in the middle of the sternum, between the bottom of the sternum and this little notch here. You can even measure it out. Right to the center here somewhere is your thymus. So the tips of the fingers will be resting at that thymus point, but just on the sternum, so that you can focus your mind, not on your thinking, because you want to take it away from pitta mind. We're going to bring it to your breath and your breathing. And when the tips of the fingers rest, you may feel like the sternum stretching up to breathe in. You feel the sternum sinking down, that physical body, as you breathe out. So bring your awareness to the tips of the fingers where they rest on your body. And you'll feel too, when you breathe in, your fingers may actually widen slightly as the chest rises and the ribs stretch. And then as you exhale, you feel like your fingers seemingly come back closer to each other. So just follow that pattern of your breath, your breathing. So if we were going to go through a journey of healing, it brings both mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual healing as we go through an Ayurvedic practice. If there is something that you need on any of those levels, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, what is it? Think of it. Remember it. Maybe just simply know it's like, I just need, maybe it's a physical ailment. Maybe it's even something as, I just feel like I need more luster in my life. I need more brilliance. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, whatever it is. Whatever it is you need. Take a moment to let that formulate in your mind. It's almost if you could say it's your personal medication. You can create it into a symbol, so make it into a symbol that feels relevant to you. Maybe a symbol that you can draw out later. Or maybe it's a symbol that's already in your life, that it's easy that when you see the symbol, it keeps reminding you of this moment, of this time, of you gifting yourself this opportunity for healing. And then see that symbol, bathe it in gold, the most beautiful sparkly gold you've ever seen. And then take that symbol and place it into the center of your heart. And as you see it in the center of your heart, you see your whole heart, your heart chamber, become gold. And infuses the blood with this vibration of healing, the symbol. So now millions and millions of symbols imprint upon your blood platelets, and flow into your body, carrying that luminous gold. So every other organ in your body, every other muscle, your whole body, your nervous system also infiltrates with this gold. This gold becomes a part of you, your cellular body. It vibrates through you, and you can see in your mind's eye that the whole body now is actually, in fact, turned to gold, has a golden, luminous aura around it. So your etheric body, your pranic body, astral bodies. You can see this gold, it fills the aura, the space where you are. Your spiritual bodies, your causal bodies. And the space where you are, the room, fills with gold. And that gold seemingly moves through the roof and the ceiling and the walls and penetrates the whole home. And then out the walls into the gardens, into your neighbors' homes and across the streets and highways. And it starts to expand past borders and oceans and mountains. Every living creature on this planet is filled with this healing, this opportunity for healing. This high vibration, this healing vibration of gold. It penetrates our atmosphere. The clouds become gold, the sky turns to gold. Moves past our moon, the moon turns to gold. We see Mars. Mars, through his red, becomes golden red. We see the Kuiper belt, not the Kuiper belt, the astral belt. All those asteroids turn to gold. We just take a look at Venus. She becomes gold. We look at Mercury, he becomes gold. And past that asteroid belt, we see Saturn, his rings, all gold. Jupiter, luminous. The big guru in the sky is gold. You see Uranus, on his own way, on his own axis, turns to gold. Neptune, gold. Pluto on the outer skirts there. All the asteroids, Eris and Pallas, Juno, Chiron, Curriculo, all the centaurs all turn to gold. And then into that Kuiper belt around our solar system, all into gold. And all those other planets, those 5D planets we see, Quora, Ixion, Haumea, Sirius, Pleiades, different star systems, all turning into gold. This whole universe into gold. Wherever we are is gold. This opportunity of your healing is an opportunity for healing for all. Bring your hands, place them right over your chest. Bow your chin to your chest and be grateful for this opportunity for healing. Bring the fingertips down towards the mat. Inhale, swing up, look up. Interlace the fingers, turn the palms up, reach up. Wiggle the body side to side. Bring the head forward. Bring the hands behind the head. Lean back. Wiggle the body, just making the spine longer here. Dip your right shoulder down, or right elbow down, left elbow up. Nice side body stretch. Inhale back up. Wiggle the body. Opposite side. Inhale back up. Reach the fingers up. Wiggle the body. Right hand down. Left hand over the ear. Side body stretch. Press into the bottom hand. Reach back up. Wiggle the body. Opposite side. Hand over. Reach back up. Look up. Exhale. Hand down. Another side body stretch to the right. A little bit deeper this time. Each time you come through center, if you can wiggle the body and make it nice and tall. Opposite side. Reach back up. Look up. Exhale. Hands behind. If you're sitting on your cushion, move your cushion out the way. Roll into your bottom. You do that little balancing trick I like to do on your sit bones. Think about hands and fingers pointing towards your hips. We make it easy by doing this, but at the same time, we're working really hard. You're going to pull your knees in towards your chest here. And then think about your heels coming towards your sit bones. So what we're doing here is we're activating your lowest core part of your body here. So we're not just hanging out, we're actually working really hard. Pull the knees in towards your chest, heels towards your bottom. You can lean into your hands to make it easier. And then bring your feet, flex them, turn the toes lightly out. And you're going to use your hands to peel yourself forward, arms on the inside of your legs. Tailbone drops down, crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Close your eyes, listening to your breath. Squeeze the knees into your arms, arms into your knees. Take another fresh breath. Release the hands down towards the ground. Lift the hips high towards the sky. Shake out your head gently side to side. I'm going to inhale, come halfway up. Wiggle out your bottom. So what we're doing with the wiggling is we're trying to make the spine longer, so it's a little chiropractic adjustment. And then exhaling, folding in. As you fold in, a little space under the heels, so you engage in your quadriceps. And then again, inhaling, coming to the tips of the fingers. Maybe we float those heels a little bit high off the mat here. And then again, heels don't come down. You just bow your chin to your chest. And the reason why we're doing this with the feet, we've got a marble point underneath the soles of our feet. So we activated the marble point. So if you can come a little bit higher in your heels, make sure your heels aren't pressing out. Imagine there's a block between your ankle bones and you're squeezing that block. Inhaling here, come to the tips of the fingers, wiggle at your body. Keep the heels lifted, curl in. Then bring the heels down to the mat, shake out your bottom. Slowly roll up, vertebra by vertebra, taking your time. Your head is going to be the last thing that rolls up. Chin to your chest, eyes can be softly closed and it feels good. As the head rolls up, roll the arms towards the sky. Palms are going to touch. Exhale, right hand down on the right side, left hand over the right ear. Side body stretch here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, opposite side. Side body stretch. Each side, two more times. Reach up. Side body stretch. Reach up. Side body stretch. Reaching up. So you can see we're trying to elongate the body. We're trying to bring it out of that earthy energy. We're trying to lift it up so it's not so stodgy. This is that kapha element. Reaching up. We don't want to be too heavy. Next time we reach up, hands, come down, float into the heart center. Close your eyes. We're going to turn our toes lightly out. We're going to soften the knees. They're going to be softly bent. You're going to make soft fists with the hands. And we're going to swing like this. So the hands aren't touching the body. You're just swinging side to side like this, like a helicopter. And don't hold the fists too tight. Like you want to feel the breeze come through your palms, and then we're twisting. And you're going to look and twist and look, twist. A little chiropractic adjustment through the spine. Keep spiraling. Keep the knees softly bent. Slow it down. And simply feel the body. Sometimes there's a lot of energy in this. The tingling sensation. It's important for us to acknowledge this. The body is so alive. You're going to softly open up your eyes. Come standing at the front edge of your mat. Feet are hip distance apart. And so each thing that we're doing is to find balance. So if I said feet together, they'll be like very pitta. But I want it to be soft on the inside. I don't want us to go into pitta mind. I want us to be relaxed in the soles of our feet. But awakeness, so lift your toes up and spread your toes as wide as possible, bringing each individual toe down towards the ground. As you do so, see if you can make your arches higher in your feet. This is you squeeze the ball of your foot towards your heel. So you draw earth energy up your legs. You feel it rising into your thighs, your quadriceps engage. Push your thigh bones back. The navel comes in, tailbone dips. You can roll your shoulders up and your chest will rise, but as you do that, you have to pull your kidneys back. So we're not in this like overstretched like pitta. We're going to be in perfect alignment. The crown of the head comes up. The back of the neck, you make it nice and long. You lift the base of the skull and then make a little double chin. Just a little, not too much. So that the upper palate becomes parallel. Tip of the tongue towards that area behind the two front teeth. Again, roll your shoulders up and back. Elbows lightly face like at a 45-degree angle forward. Fingertips soft. Close your eyes. Feel yourself standing in this space. Inhale, arms swing up. Palms touch. Exhale, sideways stretch towards the right. Inhale, back up. Sideways stretch towards the left. Inhale, back up towards the right again. Half moon. Inhale, up towards the opposite side. Inhale, back up. Now exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Surya Namaskar. A, we're going to do hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Step hands flat and step your feet to the back edge of the mat. So find a high plank. We're going to do a very classical Surya Namaskar. Squeeze your ankles together. Breath in, breath out. Knees, chest, chin to the mat. Stay there for a moment. Then roll forward to your tummy. Roll your shoulders to your ears. Toes point back. Press into your hands. Cobra. Lift your heart. Tuck your toes, hips to your heels. Inhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. 2 deep breaths. Breathing in. Breathing out. So you can make your arms a little longer. And then micro bend your elbows out to the side. And dip the elbow points towards the earth. This will create space between your ears and your shoulders. Take another deep breath. And so you can glue your heels to the mat as you walk your feet forward, 1 footprint at a time. Just take your time here, trying to keep the heels planted towards the earth. Then the fingertips towards the toes towards the fingertips. And then inhale, come halfway up onto the tips of the toes. Exhale, heels down. Inhale again, halfway up. Exhale, fold in, head towards the knees. Inhale, come up with a straight spine, hands towards the sky. Palms float down towards the heart center. Close your eyes. So a little bit of a variation on the classical. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge forward, hinging at the hips. Heart leads, head to the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands flat, step to your high plank. Legs are light. Breathe in. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, elbows towards the sides of the body. Then inhale, roll forward to a cobra. Point the toes back. Tuck the toes, hips high to the sky, downward facing dog. Find your stillness. Find your space. Breathing in. Breathing out. This time step your feet towards your hands. You can take a big step if you want to. Or if you have it in your practice to jump forward, you do so. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, come all the way up towards the sky. Straight spine, hands touch. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, hinge forward, heart leads, head to the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands flat, step to your high plank. Now yogi's choice. You can either do the knees, chest, chin to the mat, or you can come halfway down, chaturanga. Roll over the toes, find yourself a nice high cobra or even upward facing dog. Then roll over the toes, downward facing dog. 2 deep breaths, breathing in. And breathing out. Find that ujjayi breath if you've lost it. Smooth out the breath. 1 more. Now you're going to step or hop your feet towards your hands. Empty your breath when you do this. Inhale, halfway lift. Squeeze your legs towards the midline. Exhale, fold in. Press into the feet. Inhale, come up. Arms towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart center. We're going to do 1 more. Inhale, arms up. Hinge forward. Head towards the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands flat. Step to high plank. Yogi's choice. Chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Halfway. Point the toes. Upward facing dog or cobra. Roll over the toes. Downward facing dog. Stay here. Breathe. Micro bend your elbows out towards the side. At the crown of the head, float down towards the mat. Start to press your legs to straight. Trying to bring the heels to the mat. A nice stretch to the calf muscles here. Now come high onto the balls of the feet. You're going to lift up your right leg. Bend the knee, but the knee's going to face down towards the ground. You're going to point your toe and you're going to lift your head
So if you lift your right knee high, so not open the hip towards the side, it's like a scorpion. And then we're going to exhale, knee to nose, shoulders come over the wrist, see if you can touch. You're going to lift the right knee up again, see if you can bring the toes towards the crown of the head. Then exhale, knee to nose, touch. Inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, knee to nose, touch. Step that foot lightly forward, back heel to the mat. Listen carefully, your legs need to be super strong here before you lift your body up. You don't want to use your spine to lift you up. So either you can bring your hands onto your front knee to lift your upper body up, or if your legs are strong, you use your legs to lift your spine up with a straight spine. And then bring the hands together over the crown of the head. Palms can either be together, or you can keep your fingers interlaced and the index finger and thumb are parallel. So warrior one. Look forward over that front toe. Make sure it's going straight over that second toe there. Breathe in. Breathe out. Sink a little deep into your standing leg. Feel the tapas, the burning, the tejas, the fire within starting to heat. Take another deep breath. Now straighten the front leg and turn towards the back of your mat. And bend into your left knee. So you're facing the back of your mat, warrior one. Arms over the crown of your head. Breathe in. Breathe out. Two more. Arms nice and strong and straight. Then straighten the front leg, turn back to the front edge of your mat. Warrior one. Then exhale, float the hands down towards the mat. Find a high plank. Then again, yogi's choice. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or halfway chaturanga. Then roll over the toes to a nice high cobra, upward facing dog. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Shake out the head. And then find stillness. Find your breath, find your breathing. Check in with yourself. Scratch your nose if you need to. It's just your ego that wants your attention. Take another deep breath. Then come high on the balls of the feet. Lift your left leg up. Bend the knees. If you're trying to now bring the toes towards the crown of your head, you can lift your head. Think of a scorpion. Then exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over the wrists. Then again, inhale, lift your knee and your foot so you can bring the toes to the crown of the head. Then exhale, knee to nose. One more time. Touch. Then knee to nose. Step the foot lightly forward, back heel to the mat. Again, yogi's choice now. You have to either make your legs super strong. If you don't have that, draw your navel into your lower spine, bring your hands to your front knee, and then push into your front knee to lift your body up. You always want to come up with a straight spine, hands together over the crown of the head. Fingers can be interlaced, and index fingers straight and thumb. We're going to squeeze your biceps towards your ears and back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Find that ujjayi breath. Find that glow on your skin. Breathe a little deeper. Keep the arms risen. Straighten your front leg. Turn to the back of your mat. Warrior one on your right foot. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Straighten the front leg. Turn to the back of your mat. So your front of your mat. Inhale here. Float the hands down towards the mat. Find yourself in a high plank. In yogi's choice, knees, chest, chin, or halfway chaturanga. Roll over the toes, nice cobra. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. For a moment, squeeze the chin to your chest. Wiggle the hips, side to side. Let the crown of the head melt down. At any time you have to come to your knees for child's pose, do so. Again, what we're trying to do is we're trying to heat the body up. Gently move any phlegm, stagnation out the body. Inhale to the balls of the feet. Right leg lifts up. Bend the knees so you can touch the crown of your head with your toes, maybe one day. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift that knee, touch the toes to the crown of the head. Exhale, knee to nose. One more time, so you can touch the toes to the crown of the head. Then step the foot lightly forward, back heel to the mat. This time for warrior two. So use your legs to lift your spine up and open up, warrior two. Look over your front right middle finger. That's your focus. Imagine that flame that you saw in your mind is right burning, right over that middle finger. And you tuck your tailbone underneath you. Stretch your fingertips away. Breathe in. Breathe out, straighten your front leg. Turn towards the back edge of your mat. Left knee is forward. See that middle finger. 2 big breaths. Breathing in. Breathing out. 1 more. Turn back to the front edge of your mat. Take 1 warrior 2 here. And then spiral the hands down to the mat. Find a high plank. Exhale down. Roll over the toes. Find a high upward facing dog or cobra. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Take a moment here just to be still. To be quiet. Crown of the head melts to the mat. Let your navel fall into your lower spine. Micro bend your elbows slightly out to the side. Left leg rises up towards the sky. Bend the knees. So if you can bring the toes to the crown of your head. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over the wrists. You can bend that left knee so you can bring the toes to the crown of your head. The knee to nose. 1 more time. Toes to the crown of your head. The knee to nose. Press the ground away from you as you pull that foot forward between your hands, back heel to the mat. Legs are strong. Again, you can use your hands and your knees if you need to. You spiral open. Warrior 2. So kind of a classical approach to yoga again. Reach the tips of the fingers. Hatha yoga. Bend into your front knee here. Tuck your tailbone underneath you. Soften your shoulders from your ears. A little smile on your lips. Feels good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Straighten your front leg. Turn toward the back edge of your mat. Keep the arms nice and long so we can feel our shoulders working for us. Bend into this right knee. Warrior 2 at the back of your mat. Breathing in. Breathing out. 1 more. Keep your hands, arms where they are. Straighten the legs. Turn to the back, the front of your mat. 1 breath. Now spiral the hands down towards the mat. Step to high plank. Breathe in here. Breathe out. Come halfway down. Roll over the toes. Lift your heart. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. You're either going to step or hop your feet towards your hands. Inhale, come halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Heel toe your feet so your feet are together. Come to the tips of your fingers on the mat and bend your knees. So all 5 fingers are touching the ground. It's like all the elements inside of you are being earthed right now. We want to bring also our hips lower. We don't want the knees to come over the toes. We want the knees to be back. So if I was looking straight down, I'd see my toes sticking out. Now we're going to come up with a straight spine. And the hands are going to be out in front of us. Palms are going to face down. Do this little shoulder rotation, shoulders up and back. We're going to inhale, squeeze your ankles together and come to the balls of the feet. Stay here and breathe. So you can sink your bottom down a little bit deeper down. Squeeze your knees, your ankles. Breathe. Ujjayi breath. Keep squeezing your ankles. Keep breathing. 1 more. Now press into your balls of the feet. Straighten your legs. See if you can keep your heels risen. And hands to the heart center. Close your eyes. Breathe in. Where does your mind go? What do you think of when it feels like it's challenging? What are those initial thoughts that arise in your mind? First of all, maybe it's words like, I can't do this, or I'm not good enough, or this is too hard. What comes up? Just acknowledge the thoughts that arise. It's little clues to where you need your healing. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips, heart leads, head to the knees, fingertips to the mat. Inhale, come halfway up. Again, bend your knees, tips of the fingers touching the earth here. Keep your spine nice and straight.
And then reach the hands forward. Find again Utkatasana, palms face down towards the mat. Earth energy helps us with our balance. Squeeze your ankles together. Come onto the balls of the feet. Find your breath here. So what I'm going to add here too is when we inhale, we're going to do a double breath. Inhale, breathe. And then out through the mouth. Inhaling. Out through the mouth. When you inhale, your navel comes out. And then into the navel. One more. Now strain the legs so you can keep your heels up. Squeeze your ankle bones and then palms touch, heels to the mat, hands to the heart. Close your eyes. Breathe in. Breathe out. Two more. One more. Inhale, arms up, palms touch. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips, fingertips to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, come to the balls of the feet. Bend the knees, squeeze the knees. If you can raise your hands, we already started with the heels lifted. Palms face down. The same breath into the nose double. Out through the mouth. Inhaling, navel out. And then navel in as you exhale. Inhale. Straighten the legs, keep the heels up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, palms together, heels down, hands to the heart. Close your eyes, listen to your breath. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Heart leads head to the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands flat, step to your high plank. Breathe in here. Breathe out. Bring your right knee down. Turn those right toes out at a 90-degree angle. Your left foot's going to be flat on the mat. Right hand's going to be in alignment with your right knee. Now, if you need a block or a book to place your hand on, make sure your hand's not flat. Come onto the tips of the fingers and spread them wide open. We start to press our hips forward and then lift up this left arm. Think about your shoulders coming towards it, your shoulder blades coming towards each other. So roll your shoulders up and back. Press into the bottom foot and hand. Turn away from the chest. So we can breathe here. You can bend this top elbow. Bring the hand behind your head and lean back. Press the hips forward. Inhaling. Exhaling. Extend that left arm over the ear. Long stretch, side body stretch. Cut this left hand down towards the mat. Find a high plank. Both hands are flat, legs together. Roll over the toes. Find a nice high cobra or even a high upward facing dog. Tuck the toes. Find yourself in high plank. This time left knee down. Turn those toes at a 90-degree angle. Right leg is straight out. Foot is flat. Left hand in alignment with the knees. Come up on the tips of the fingers onto a block or a book. And even if you're on a block or a book, don't just sink into your wrist. Activate your hand. Reach the right arm up. Press the hips forward. Chin away from the chest. You can bend this top elbow. You can place a hand behind your head. Lean back into that space. Press the hips forward. Feel the belly and everything rising through your form. Two big breaths here. Extend the left arm over the ear. Nice side body stretching. Feel that lengthening. Now slowly graze the hand through the sky, softly to the mat. Once the hand is flat, both hands are flat, step to that high plank. Breathe in here. Breathe out, roll over the toes. Find yourself in a nice high cobra or upward facing dog. Little shimmy side to side, body waving. Bring your big toes to touch knees a little bit wide, not too wide. You want your outer part of your chest to rest on the thighs. Your navel through. Feel the navel move with your breath. And then slowly begin to walk your hands towards you. You can curl your chin to your chest. And if you can stay on your heels, you stay seated on your heels in Vajrasana, Mani Thunderbolt. If you need something on your bottom, or if you need to change your seat, change your seat. We're going to do a little nostril breathing. It's called Surya Beti. It's a little arm action that's in this as well. We're going to be breathing in through the Surya channel, the right channel, the fire channel, the masculine channel, and then breathing out through the left, the lunar, the feminine, the yin channel. So there's a little arm involvement here. So you're going to take your left index finger, you're going to seal this left nostril, and then you're going to inhale through this right nostril, and the right hand's going to float up, palm's going to face towards the sky, it's going to float up as you inhale. You're going to slide down through the midline. You get your index finger ready, and it's going to rest onto this right nostril. Then the left hand's going to go straight up. And then you're going to exhale out through the left nostril as this hand floats down, palm faces towards the earth. Then this left index will close the left nostril. You're going to inhale through this right, hand floats up, palm up. Hand slides down, the left hand goes up, exhaling through the left. And the elbows seal the left, inhale right, hand up. Floats down, closes the nostril, up and out. Seal, inhale. Seal, exhale left. You're going to inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale right. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more round. Inhale right. Exhale. Once you finish your exhale, turn your palms up on your thighs, eyes are closed. We're going to press into our shins. We're going to inhale, we're going to come up. Exhale, hands into the hips. Now we see if we can take this right knee, we're going to lift it up and then bring it forward to a low lunge here, and then sink the hips forward. And then extend your arm, so left arm comes forward, right hand back. Dip the right hand down, lift up the left arm. And then you take this left elbow on the outside of this right knee, pray twist. Or Kapha cleansing here. Inhale, exhale. Digestive fire, igniting, inhaling. Exhale. If the yogi wants to tuck their toes under and lift the back knee off the mat, you're welcome to do that. Or if you feel that you don't want to do that, you can just either tuck your back toes or point them back and keep the knee on the mat. Yogi's choice here. Inhaling. Exhaling. Two more. One more. And inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands to the hips. Bring your hips back. Take this right knee back. on your heels. You bring your hands into your thighs, toes are tucked under. We're going to do breath of fire. So it's a 3/4 breath in through the nose and a forceful out through the nose. The navel is what's actually driving the breath out. So it'd be palms turned down, eyes are closed, looking through the third eye. Breath of fire, 3/4 breath in. Inhale, hold the breath. Exhale, turn your palms up. Let your mind be quiet for a moment. So we're clearing the mind of anything that is not of light. The mind feels tired or fogged up. We also, the breath of fire, that action, move out any fogginess, any dustiness into our mind and our thoughts. Softly open your eyes. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, hands to the hips. Now we're going to bring this left knee forward. So see if you can use your inner strength to lift the knee up. And then slowly bring it forward. And inhale, arms up. Anjaneyasana. Then right hand comes forward, left hand back. Reach the arms away from each other. Dip this left arm down. Right arm's going to reach up. Find all this length from your bottom knee all the way up. You can find a line of energy. And then you're going to bend forward. You can curl your spine to bring that elbow or even the shoulder on the outside of the knee. Pray twist. And again, yogi's choice if you wish to. You can lift off the back knee off the mat. Find stability in that by pulling that front hip back, back hip forward. Or you can keep your knee down wherever you are in your practice. Remember to inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. We'll do a couple more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. One more. You're going to inhale, come out of that. Arms up. Exhale, hands to the hips. Move your hips back. Now we used to find our core. Bring this left foot and knee back. Toes stay tucked under, hips to the heels. Inhale, arms come up. Palms touch. Exhale, come hands to the heart center. Hands to the knees. Again, one small breath of fire. That forceful breath out. So inhale, 3/4. And then breath of fire. Think about snapping the navel to the lower spine. Inhale, hold. Exhale, turn the palms up. Find your natural breath. Fingertips to the mat. We're going to simply roll over our feet. See if you can keep your heels and your mounds of your toes together. Your knees out wide. It may be different for everybody. And we're going to just walk hands forward and crawl into a little ball here. So it's like the heels are lifted, the knees are wide, the inside edges of the feet are touching, the tips of the toes, the tips of the fingers are on the mat, chin to the chest. Breathe here for a moment. And then slowly start to walk the hands back towards you and start to turn the knees in so that the heels can come down and start to lift up the hips. And then heel toe your feet so they're a bit wider than hip distance apart. You're going to turn the toes out. You're going to bring your hands onto your knees. We're going to do another breath, like a Nali Kriya. So what we're going to do is, and hopefully your belly is empty. So what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in, normal breath, and then we're going to press all the breath out. Maybe you've seen the yogis and then they press all the air out so, you can see like almost the front of their spine. You can keep the breath out, and then you're going to literally pump your navel in and out. So that's the breath. And you're going to do that as long as you can hold that breath out. We'll do that 3 times. So you're going to inhale. You're going to exhale all the breath out. And you do like that double breath at the bottom, like squeeze the navel into your lower spine.
if you crouch your, like, round your spine, you can get the navel in deeper. And then when you've got the breath out, start to pump the navel. Try do maybe like 10. And then when you need to, you're going to inhale. And then you're going to exhale all the breath out, navel to your lower spine. And then again, Nala Kriya. For your navel. And massages all your organs, your digestive system. And then inhale. Last time, exhale all the breath out. And then navel. Inhale. Exhale, just fold forward, hinge forward. Let the crown of the head melt towards the ground. You can fold your elbows. Keep your knees softly bent. Blood floats to the brain. Breathing in. Breathing out. Sway the body softly side to side. The fingertips down to the ground. Turn the toes out. We're going to bend the knees again. Then hands behind us. We need to bring our bottom down towards the ground. We're going to do that last little thing where we pull the knees to the chest. Maybe we float on our sit bones. Pull the knees to your chest. Pull your heels to your bottom. Find your core. Feel that energetic, that connection. Then extend your legs out straight. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, let's just fold forward. Paschimottanasana. And grab onto the outer part of your feet. If you have it in your practice, you can place your hands over your soles of your feet. Inhale, you're going to lengthen your spine here. Exhale, you're going to fold in. Press the thigh bones down. Breathing in. And breathing out. See if you can crawl a little bit longer over your legs. One more elongating inhale. Full exhaling. Stay here for a moment. Press the thigh bones down. Don't let the legs fall asleep. Remember, that's probably one of the kapha symptoms, is like not really paying attention to all the parts of your body and letting parts of yourself fall asleep. So that's where that full body awareness, that union, mind, body, breath. Then hands to the earth. Crawl your body all the way back up. Head's going to be the last thing that rises up. Inhale, arms come up. Palms going to touch. You're going to squeeze your legs together, and then we're going to slowly lower down, one vertebra at a time. Use your feet, your legs as brakes. You can round your spine as you come down. Think about each vertebra as a pearl on a string, and each one is unfolding gracefully, lengthening out. Wiggle your body side to side with that little wiggle to make your spine longer. Remember, don't rush here. If you have a tendency to go through something that's challenging, like try and bypass it, come back to it. And uncurl your spine. Keep your toes pointing straight up. Keep your head up. Take your hands back, interlace the fingers, and take the hands behind your head. And then gently give the back of your neck a nice long stretch. Then we're going to gently, slowly bring the head down towards the mat. Softly pull the knees into your chest. Rocking side to side. You can open your knees just a little. If it feels good to take happy baby, if that feels right, where you want to grab onto your feet and maybe straighten one leg and the next. Sometimes that feels really good. And imagine yourself like that happy baby. Cute, cuddly. One leg straightens. They're very flexible. So imagine yourself as a baby being very flexible. What does that feel like? Just to close your eyes and do a little bit of a breath stretch with your legs and your spine. This is also letting go of that like pitta mind piece where we like have to have directions and things have to be laid out in a certain way. We allow that sense of creativity to come through us too by just exploring what it is that our body needs. We know that our bodies need to move, and movement is medicine. That's why we're working with that Kapha Dosha energy, finding harmony and balance in it. We're not aggravating Pitta Dosha, especially during this summery heat. And then bring the knees together, rock softly side to side. Again, make sure the back of the neck is nice and long. Hands on the knees, pull the knees in. Inhale, you're going to straighten your arms. Exhale. All right. Inhale, straighten your arms, press the knees into your hands. Exhale, knees to the chest. 2 more. Press the hands, the knees into the hands, straighten the arms, exhale, knees to the chest. 1 more time. Bring the arms out of a T. Inhale here. Exhale, knees gently towards the right, all the way down. If you need a little pillow under your knees, you can also use your arm. Look over the left shoulder. You're going to breathe in from the base of the spine, all the way to the third eye and out through the crown of your head. And then you're going to exhale, surrendering. 2 more. Last big belly breath. Fill your belly with the biggest breath you can. And then sigh out your mouth. Press your hands into the ground. Inhale, knees up. Softly to the opposite side. If you need a little cushion, you can use your arm. If the ground feels too far away from you. And take your right arm as far from the side of your body as possible. Gaze towards the hand. Soften your gaze. Close your eyes. Big belly breath in, all the way from the base of the spine. You feel it grow up your spine, glows with golden light up your spine, through your mind, through the crown of your head. You feel your belly moving with your breath, like a wave in an ocean. A wave in the ocean just flows in, flows out, and in, and out. 1 more big belly breath. Sigh the breath out. Pull the knees back to center. And soles flat to the mat. And gently slide each leg out straight. And then the next. Take the arms straight up towards the sky again. Reach the arms so the shoulder blades come off the mat. Flex the feet so the heels come off. And then slowly you're going to drape your arms and legs back over the earth. So stretch them out over the earth. So when you finally find your arms resting, your feet, legs resting, it feels like you've made your arms and legs so long. Inhale deeply. Find like that star fish shape where you can really like reach your fingers and feet away from your body and then let go. Just, and then again, you're going to inhale again to stretch your arms away from each other, legs away from each other, trying to make your legs and arms longer on the mat. And then when you exhale, you just, 1 more time, you just inhale. Everything's like inching tiny millimeters away from each other. Spine even, head. And then all you do is relax on that out breath. And you feel your body. There's reason for rest. There's reason for surrendering. Just this moment here. The stillness. The medicine that's accumulated in you. This is this part of integration. It's necessary time.
Integrating within you everything that's needed. perfect blend of medicine. You are the perfect pupa, the perfect embryo, and perfect seed. Meaningful fruit. The fruit of silence is prayer. The fruit of prayer is faith. The fruit of faith is love. The fruit of love is service. The fruit of service is peace. Words always carry a deeper meaning than common usage ascribes to them. When you hear the word fruit, you may think of something to eat. Yet the fruit of our labors is usually not edible unless we are working on a farm. Likewise, the word produce can apply to food in a market or to what we produce through our creative efforts. If we are to nourish ourselves, we need to produce a meaningful fruit from our labor. We need to nourish not only our body, but our soul and spirit as well. To not meet the needs of all will cause you to be malnourished. Often we overfeed our body when it is our spirit or soul that is starving. Insulating ourselves with fat does not give us the real nourishment we need. Stop thinking about the material things related to the words fruit, produce, and nourishment. Instead, bring the spiritual and soulful aspects of those words into your life. Choose your way of producing the fruits of your labor so that through them you nourish yourself and the world. You will never feel as fulfilled by eating a meal as you will by performing your right action. So just for today, do not starve your mind, body, and spirit or soul. Discover what feeds them and make them this a steady part of your diet. So very slowly, discovering your breath, your breathing, your mind softly reawakening to the space, feeling the breath as it moves gently in and gently out, feeling the body as it rests, restfully resting on the earth. The chest receives the breath as it rises. The chest releases the breath as it falls. Your awareness growing, finding the tips of your toes, your fingers, your nose. Inviting a gentle movement to the toes and the fingers, even the nose. And wiggling the toes, fingers, and nose. Allow that wiggling to turn into little spirals in the wrists. Point and flex the feet. Gently rocking the head side to side. Feeling the body gently reawakening back to this place. So feeling yourself resting on the earth. Take your arms over your head, reach them and stretch them out. Wiggle the body side to side if that feels good. Open the mouth, stick at the tongue. And then slowly roll to your side body. Resting in a tiny ball. Curling yourself into that tiny ball, just sensing and feeling your body now in this place. And all that is needed is already inside of you. The percolation that is needed, the healing that is needed, The fusion is happening within. The mind doesn't really need to be part of that play. Just saying yes, that you know that that game is happening already within inside. So let that conjure a smile to your lips, a smile of gratitude, knowing that your body, mind, spirit, emotions, life are healing. Hands to the earth, pressing to Mother Earth to lift the body back up. Let's find a comfortable seat, sitting nice and tall, placing the hands over the chest, connecting to the physical heart, the beating heart that lays under the sternum, connecting to that heart beating and sensation of freedom. Take a deep breath in, press all the breath out. Let us inhale as one, exhaling to your chest, and offering gratitude for this life, for this opportunity to sit here together to create space for personal self-healing. Hands together at the place of the heart, Atma Anjali. Float the thumbs to the place of your third eye, honoring that space of your inner guidance, your intuitions that always guide you every day, taking you to wherever it is that you need to be. And the light within me bows to the light within you. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here today. We had a little drummer in the background. Her name was Aurora. She added to our sound healing. So if you wish to, you can hang around for a moment. I'll pull us a card. The angels are still with us. Let's just keep our eyelids heavy, closed, listening to our breath and our breathing. Our mind very clear, no ideas, no questions. Just say thank you for this receiving. Breathing in, breathing out. Says the shadow self, which I think is deeply part of our healing. Her one eye's uncovered, the other one's in the shadow. She's got shadow over her throat, so stuff unexpressed. She seems somewhat somber in this. You know, we do have that conjunction with the Pluto and Jupiter and Saturn and Capricorn. So there's a lot of that shadow self that's being healed as well as the deep healing with the Chiron and Aries, as well as Mars getting ready for that retrograding period. And if Mars is really holds that energy about our physicality, the physical well-being of ourselves, what's generally like, that's why this is interesting that we did Kapha, this earth element. It's the last place to manifest anything that's been out in our thinking and our emotional body for a while, even our spiritual body. The earth is the last place that will manifest in a physical form. So there's parts of us that still need some deep healing. And so before it manifests on a physical level, we've given this opportunity to really look deep within and see what needs to be relinquished. And it's also, we're not seeing everything. We don't really want to see these things. Transition is somewhat, we get resistant. It creates a little discomfort, pain, if you will. And it's a necessary initiation to go through these trials as well, these challenges, to help us awaken and to help us renew ourselves and to end an old chapter. So if you want to, there's this full moon that's coming up to Aquarius, full moon in this Leo sun. So also the Leo energy is very strong right now. If you saw the reading from yesterday, this Leo energy is very strong. It's even coming through in the readings. If you want to, on the full moon, it's a perfect time to really make a list of things that you want to relinquish and burn it or shred it or cut it up or tear it up, whatever things you have to do it safely. But it's a good time to release is on the full moon as well. And then we'll see You know, it's like I looked at the moon last night, so she's like in her first quarter. She's waxing to become full. And so this is kind of the same moon. It's like what part of the darkness, that shadow self that we still need to, that we still want to, from the seeds that we've planted, that we want to bring into illumination. So there's this waxing period happening too. So it kind of reminds me of the full moon as well. So I'll just see if I can show you that a little bit more. So hopefully that made sense. Release your shadows so that you can move into the illumination of your divine self. Yes. So, my dear ones, I thank you so much for being with me today. I'll see you either on Wednesday nights at 6:30 for Yoga Nidra, or on Thursday morning or Friday morning for Yoga Nidra, or breathwork on Fridays. And then again, once more, just to invite you, if you haven't looked at it, is an invitation to join us for that women's event to help bring awareness to gender-based violence. It's on Sunday, August 9th. The walk is like at 8 a.m. and then we're going to do yoga in the park at 9 a.m. And it's a $25 donation, and 100% of the donation goes to this beautiful foundation in South Africa that helps women and children in desperate need. So again, from my heart to yours, may always be blessed. Namaste.